preparing my chicken for tomorrow. I am rinsing it down, and then I'm going to marinate it in milk, salt, and pepper so that it'll tenderize the meat and be very tender for tomorrow. Yeah. Now I'm just going to cover it with a lid and have it rest in the refrigerator overnight so that it's set for tomorrow. The chicken has been resting and marinating in milk, salt, and pepper. It's boneless, skinless chicken breast. And I just had it soaking like this to tenderize it. And now we're going to rinse this down. I'm going to rinse all of this down and prepare for the next step. So I just want to rinse it down until all the milk is out. Process. Just want to take some of these little stringy pieces off. Just clean it all up. And I'm going to do that to all of my chicken. Get all the tendons and the fatty pieces and clean it all up. And then I'm going to take my knife and go from the thickest part of the chicken breast. See, I'm going to cut right here, like that. But I'm going to put my hand right here. And I'm just slicing the chicken breast right in half, filling it all the way through. And now I have 2 pieces of chicken breast from that one piece. Nice big pieces of chicken breast. And then I'm gonna get my knife and I'm gonna do 1, 2. I can get 2 good strips out of here. All right, perfect. Got 2 nice strips. And this is okay. You can leave this intact. It's all right. And I'm going to do the same thing over here. Make 2 nice strips. And there we go. This is what I want. Some chicken breast strips. Perfect. Now I'm going to do that to all the chicken. Here I'm going to set up a traditional breading station to bread these tender chicken breasts. And so eggs are going to go in here, flour, and then breadcrumbs. And I'm going to show you how I'm going to dress and season all of this all the way through. Because I didn't want to dirty any extra dishes that I didn't need to dirty. I'm going to save the egg whites for something totally different. Once again. And the last egg, I'm going to use the egg white. But I mostly want the richness from the egg yolk. All right, and then the last egg. Let's move that out the way. Last egg. Just gonna crack it right in there. Okay. Now I have a lovely bowl of egg white that I can put to the side and fluff it, make a meringue or anything else, maybe an egg white omelet, anything else that I feel to use the egg white. Super simple. Now to prepare my 5 eggs, well, my 4 egg yolks plus 1 egg, full egg, I'm gonna season it now with some salt and pepper. And it's I eyeball most of the time because I know practically how much is what. And I cook with my heart a lot. But to give you an exact measurement, it would be the equivalent of 1 teaspoon worth of seasoning. And I want to do a little ground sage. This is half a teaspoon. I just want a nice pinch. And then, of course, a little bit of salt, pepper and salt, brother and sister. Gotta have them together. And with something like this, about 4 to 5 turns, you know, grinds is just perfect enough. It's about another teaspoon. And that's it. Now I'm gonna whip this up. All right, that looks very good. Now, onto the flour. I am working with all-purpose flour, breadcrumbs, and some Dano's seasoning for the breading, as well as pepper, sage, it's ground sage, and pink salt, pink Himalayan salt. And then in the flour, I'm gonna add this tapatio. I really like this. I have been using this to add like a kick to my food. I've been using this for like fruits and just pretty much almost everything. I really like this tapatio seasoning. It's really good. And yeah, so that's going to be the flour here and then the breadcrumbs after that. So here we go. I have 2 cups of flour here. And I'm just going to spread it along my plate. That's 2 cups. I'm just going to kind of like use my fingers to kind of spread it around nice and gently. And then in this flour, because we want lots of flavor, I'm going to sprinkle this tapatio seasoning on here. And again, about a tablespoon or however spice you like. It's very flavorful and it has a lot of good spice. So I'd say spread out about a tablespoon. Again, with the pepper, same amount, a nice tablespoon worth. Again, with the ground sage, a nice tablespoon worth. It brings in that earthy flavor. That's what I really like, ground sage. I like to cook with the ground sage because it brings in a nice earthy flavor. This brings in a nice kick. And of course, salt and pepper is always a must. At least, if you're not seasoning with anything else, at least use salt and pepper. All right. And the same goes with the salt. I just want to do some turns on top of my flour mixture. And there you have it, my flour. Now I'm just going to use my fingers to kind of like comb it through. Fluff this up. There we go. All right, that should be good. Flour is nice and seasoned and ready for the dusting. We're gonna dust our chicken so that the egg wash has something to hang on to, and then the breadcrumbs is the outer part, and it's gonna be lovely. Okay, now in here, this is where the chicken will rest until it's ready to be fried. And this is the last stop of the breading process. Now, what I'm using is a little bit of some breadcrumbs. Or not a little bit, about the same as the flour, because we do have a good amount of chicken. So I just want to coat the bottom of these breadcrumbs. They're plain breadcrumbs. And you can also use like the seasoned Italian breadcrumbs. That's fine. But with something like this, because I'm doing something different, I typically like to use plain breadcrumbs for this recipe so that I can season it how I want. Now, I'm using Dan.O's seasoning. I guess that's what it says. Dan.O's seasoning. Dan.O's cheesy seasoning. Low sodium, 0 calories. It is, what does it have in here? A Parmesan blend that's great on more than just pizza, pasta, and popcorn. It definitely is. So I'm going to use some of this inside my breadcrumbs. And that's definitely going to bring in some Parmesan flavor, herbs, and another level of flavor into my chicken. All right, and this I definitely covered all of the breadcrumbs, but I think it was like about 2 to 3 tablespoons, depending on how much you like the seasoning. I like this a lot, so I think I did about 3 tablespoons. And then, of course, some salt and pepper. I'm going to do some more salt and pepper in here. About a tablespoon of salt and pepper. Himalayan salt. Okay, now I'm just going to use my fingers to also incorporate this all together. Mix it all together. And boom, baby. There we go. All right, nice and ready. Now my breading station is all ready. This is the last stop for the chicken. Okay. Now here I'm going to take each piece of chicken. I'm going to dip it into my nice rich egg. Going to slide some of it off because it doesn't need to be drenched. and then lay it on my flour, one side, take it to the other side, and shake. Now I'm going to take it back to my egg wash, one side to the next side. Make sure it's all coated. And then I'm going to take it over here to my breadcrumbs. Just bury it into the breadcrumb and then shake it and turn it over. And there's my chicken. Beautiful. Now I'm going to repeat this process all the way through until all of my little chicken tender pieces, chicken cutlets are done. Oh, and yes, don't worry about the mess. You're gonna get messy if you're doing this. Yes. Try this, it is so good. I like to just be very gentle so I'm not splashing everything. There we go. Once it's coated, it can be stuck together. I've got a lot of chicken here, and I'm just going to continue repeating this process. So it's looking like I'm gonna need some more egg, and that's okay. I'm gonna do 1 full egg. And then again with the egg yolks. So never be afraid to add as you go, and it's all right. It's That's all right to add as you go. It's easier to add than it is to take away. And I'm just going to continue on the process. One of the things I like to do, and I forgot to mention, is that once I get it coated and get it over to the breadcrumbs, I like to pound in the breadcrumbs into the chicken. And yes, this is a very messy process. It's gonna get messy. Gonna have eggs all over and flour all over, but that's all right because it's part of the process. Trust the process. Yes. And I might need more eggs again. But it's working. Just bury this in there, and then once I flip it, I just kind of pound the chicken with my hand, and get those breadcrumbs into my chicken until it's more like a stiff piece of meat like this. And that's how I know it's really coated well. Okay, so I just took a little time to replenish my station, and it turned out that I did need some more eggs, and like I said already, it's easier to add than take away. And yeah, so we're halfway through with this chicken, and I'm just doing the same process. Salt and pepper into the egg yolks, and 1 full egg. That works. And then my flour, I've just added a little bit more pepper to it, and I'm just cleaning it up with all of the other pieces in there. And I cleaned up around, and then I added some more breadcrumbs as well. We're needing more breadcrumbs and some more of the Dano's seasoning, just to add a little bit more. All right, second half of this process. Yes, trust the process, and it's worth it in the end. And here we go. Back to the process. Oh, I'm so sad. Not all of it made it into the breading station because I ran out of breadcrumbs. Ah! But that is all right. I have a nice stack ready and waiting for the frying process. Nonetheless, the show must go on, as they say. So here I am. I'm about to make my honey chili sauce. And I'm going to take you along on the process. Take you on the process, on this journey. So I'm going to start off with honey. And I want to do 4 spoons of honey, 4 heaping tablespoons of honey. And 4. Here we go. All right. 4 nice heaping tablespoons of honey. So satisfying. Okay. And then here's the chili sauce that I'm going to use. Now, in the past, I have used a different type of hot sauce. I've used Tapatio, I've used Valentina, I've used, there's another chili oil that I've used before, and I really like this one. I'm going to use 2 of these spoonfuls, nice heaping tablespoonfuls of the chili garlic sauce here. I'm just gonna mix that up. And now I'm gonna use some apple cider vinegar. This is the brand I'm using, but you're welcome to use whatever brand that you like. And 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. And then now I'm going to put some pepper, just about 3 shakes. And then 5 turns of pink Himalayan salt. And I'm going to give this a nice, good mix. And of course, I made a mess. It's okay. See, messes can be cleaned. All right, there we go. Now that's waiting for us to dip our chicken in. All right, now I'm gonna put this to the side. Now I'm gonna get my pot ready, and I'm using this to fry my oil. This oil, I'm using this to fry my chicken in, but you're welcome to use whatever frying oil you want. This is just what I had on hand at this point. So I'm gonna get all my oil in there, and then I'm going to start heating it up slowly because I don't want to burn my oil. I'm gonna get this on. I'm just gonna put it on medium heat for now and let the. What I like to do is I like to put a chunk of onion into my oil as my little tester to see if it's starting to fry. And I'll fry that onion piece. I actually decided I'm gonna use a little bit of avocado oil simply because I don't think that this is enough oil. And I have this type of oil on hand, and I'm just gonna use that. And I like to use chopsticks to do my frying with because I will do tongs afterwards at some point, but during the frying process, getting them in there, they're more delicate. And tongs just start taking the breading off because they're just too massive for the delicate chicken. I like to keep it nice and delicate. You hear that cracking? It's starting to crack. It's starting to crackle, and it's getting ready for the temperature I need so I can start frying these chickens. All right, now that the oil is frying the heck out of my onion piece, and it's just rolling, we are almost there, almost ready. Yeah, it's frying. All right, now I'm gonna set that onion to the side and I'm gonna start on this beautiful chicken. I'm just gonna lay this in there. Oh, listen to that sizzle. I just like to be very gentle when I lay it in there. I'm not gonna disturb it. I'm gonna let it just do its thing. Okay. And let it just cook all the way through. Now this is also a long process, but well worth it. It's gonna be delicious. I'm gonna take out any extra chunks because I don't want anything burnt into my oil. Just waiting for it to get golden brown and crispy on the outside. And it's looking like it's getting there really well. I like that color on there. It's looking absolutely beautiful. I'm just gonna flip these over. That looks absolutely beautiful. These are definitely getting fried really well. And I'm just gonna let them fry all the way through. Look at that color. I already see the crisp. Oh yes, so nice. Now each piece of chicken is going to take a different time frame than others. The smaller ones, they'll cook faster. The longer, thicker ones will cook longer. I mean, it's just how it is. So you're just going to be patient. 7 to 10 minutes at least. And then let them rest on either some paper towel, inside of a paper bag, or something that'll absorb the oil when it's just sitting there. Oh, let me get this out. Look at that beautiful golden crisp. That's so beautiful. Yes, look how pretty. And it smells so good already. Look at that, already looking so beautiful, so golden, absolutely beautiful. Now these chickens are ready. Now here is where I can use the tongs to pull them out because they are heavier and they're solid together. Look at that, all the way through. Beautiful. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And I'm just going to gently lay some more in and continue the cooking process. And this is what we're looking for, a nice beautiful golden brown. Ouch, I just burnt myself. A nice beautiful golden brown on both sides. And that's what you're looking for. That's a nice finished product. And when it's firm to the touch and everything is together, like bound together. And this right here, this is a beautiful piece of chicken tenders. Some beautiful chicken tenders right here. Beautiful chicken tenders, y'all. Coming out absolutely beautiful. This one's a big one. Look at this. And here is my beautiful plate of chicken tenders. I still have 2 more pieces inside of the fryer. And now I'm going to show you how I will plate them for my family. So I just want this ramekin for my sauce. And I'm just going to plate all of them going one direction. So 3 going this way, and then 1 laying across that way. So that there's some height and dimension here. And then I'm just going to take this sauce that I made earlier, give it a nice quick stir. And I'm going to fill up individually each ramekin for their dipping sauce. And there you have it. All right, now I'm gonna get my plate together. You've seen the plate I just plated for my family. Now I want my own. I'm gonna take one of my chicken, 2 of my chicken. I think just 2 is fine. Some of that beautiful sauce. Beautiful chicken. Beautifully covered. Look at that crisp outside with this beautiful sauce. You gotta try this. So good. Now, thank you so much for stopping by. Hope you like this video. Like and subscribe and share if you want to. And yeah, I hope you try this recipe. It's really, really, really good. All right, thank you. Mwah. Love ya.